All right, look here, folks. It's Joey here with Dixie Doggers TV podcast coming at you live from the studio down here in McCollum, Alabama. Man, it took me forever to get that rolled around in my head, but it all came out at one time. I got my co-host here today. I was going to say guest, but he's like my co-host all the time, but he just never helps host anything. He just kind of, usually he's taking his clothes off or he's hollering about something. Y'all seen him on the last episode that we done with old big dog Will Seeger. Rodney, he was the one that come through in intermission and stuff and helped us do a few things. So he's a good friend of mine. Been hunting together for a few years. We have some of the best times that people could have. Period. No doubt. He's a good hog hunter. He's got good dogs, and just a good guy to be around. So he's been, I don't know, you've been hog hunting for about how long now, Rodney?
It ain't been like a long time.
How'd you start?
5 or 6 years.
Yeah, I was thinking to say, so you started with dogs.
I started out trapping, and then my cousin, DJ Fisher.
Yeah.
And he run dogs, and he said, if you ever want to run them, holler at me. Well, I watched some go in the cutover one day, and I called him. He said, you think they still there? I said, yes, sir, I know they are.
Yeah.
So he come up there and turned them loose, and he said, where they at? And I said, about 75 yards on the other side of that. And he said, well, they about 70 yards. And I said, well, in about 5 yards, you fixing to hear damn tanks go crazy in there.
With it.
And all of a sudden, all hell broke loose. Dogs went that way. Someone right there and bayed. He's probably about 200. She probably weighed 275 easy. And they bayed it. And they wouldn't catch. And he said, we had to wait on the other dog.
Yeah.
And the whole time we sat there,
yeah,
I was tore up from the floor up now.
Blood was pumping.
And then that got there and went up there and caught. And we went up there and hobbled that thing. So my first experience was not stabbing, it was hobbled. He just wanted me to do it. I'm like, good God.
And that was back, but now, folks, and that was back before they put all these super tight restrictions on us to where now we have to kill every single thing upon capture. Y'all still killed it.
We actually killed it. Yeah, we just wanted to hobble it.
On this stuff, we try to make sure everybody knows. You know how it is. All y'all viewers out there.
We got some of the stupidest rules in Alabama to begin with.
Oh, geez.
Well, without getting on that subject, just a quick thought. You can go kill all these other things that do things, but them are the most destructive ones, and you can't do anything about it because they got so many loopholes and holes on you.
Exactly.
And it's stupid.
We're going to get into that here in just a little bit.
Yeah, well, you'll get me fired up on that.
Well, that's what you should be.
Anyway, so we killed the hog, and I didn't have no dogs. And he told me, anytime you want to go, come get my dogs. Well, he didn't live too far from me. And I ain't want to do that.
Yeah.
Because something happens to it, I feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
And he insisted. And we started going hunting, and my son and me, we got hooked. I mean, hook, line, sinker, the boat, the water, all. And I've been bowed up ever since.
Yeah.
I finally had to get me some dogs. I got me some dogs, and I trained them up. And they had, you call here and call there. And I still got one that's been with me since I started. Sally, and then I got a daughter off of her midnight. I still got those two, but I've been through a few, but they don't do what I want. I don't keep them.
Yeah, and that goes from being a dog man, not just because, in this scenario, you just had got dogs at that time. That didn't mean that's the only time you've been around hunting dogs. You've been around hunting dogs
all your life.
Man,
Beagles, and I remember when I was a kid, we deer hunted.
Boy, so many people goes right back to beagles.
And then I went back to, you couldn't deer hunt with dogs where I live. So I got into rabbit hunting with beagles. And I love that crap too. I just like hearing them dogs, man. I don't care nothing about notoriety.
Unless you're hog hunting.
Picture.
Unless you're hog hunting, then you don't want to hear them barking on tracks.
That's a little bit different. You kind of got me on that one.
I love to hear them.
If I hear a dog barking, my poor old truck, it's been through hell because I snap, I'm ready to go.
He gets tunnel vision.
I get tunnel vision, and when I hear them bay, I got where I couldn't walk on account of my knees.
Yep.
And then I had one of my dogs that actually helped me get back to a little bit of normal. I'll never be normal. We all know this, especially people that know me. But she hit me in the back of my legs and tore all my scar tissue loose. I actually got where I could walk again, but I would just walk my dogs out and turn them loose and say, get him. And they go, and I go sit on the truck. And if they bayed the younger generation, and sometimes y'all go to it, and I'd sit there, But if I can sit there and hear them bay, that's all I want.
It makes it.
I don't care nothing about nothing else. If I can hear them bay, that's me. They done their job. It ain't nothing about making yourself look good. Your dogs did what they're supposed to do, and that's why I go. That's why you go. I mean, exactly. I don't know why y'all go. I mean,
it's about dogs.
I know when we have a big time, but it's all about the dogs. Me, yeah. I ain't worried about none of that other crap.
There's been many nights we didn't kill nothing, just go.
Yeah, oh my God! But watching them hunt on that garment,
yeah,
that's why I go. Well, when I hear them bay.
It's just what it's supposed to do.
I turned into that bear that's a grizzly. I mean, get out of my way. I'm ready to go. Yeah. I mean, the closer we get to them, the more I hear them, the more pumped I get.
He won't slow down. I mean, he gets going.
I've done couple weeks ago, some stupid stuff in my truck. I don't even. Whew.
I ain't even talking about the truck. Like he said, I'm always talking shit, telling stories and stuff. Here's a good one. Me and Rodney both, like he said, his knees were messed up. When we first started hunting together, mine was too. Like, we were just kind of buggy buddies. We would sit on the damn buggy. All the kids, and I say kids, all the guys that could walk worth of shit, they're all taking off going to bays. We're sitting there like, shit. But we listen to the dogs. We're watching the garment. Well, now their asses are in trouble because
we back.
We back, baby. And well, at least we thought we were pretty good. Well, we took off the other night across the creek. Mine was perfect. It was perfection. And I have every video that I've ever been in, or every hunt that I've ever been on. Let me rephrase that. I fall face first into some shit. I promise something. Well, Rodney, he takes a damn head dive straight into the creek.
Wait now.
I thought he broke his back, his leg, his neck, his rib, and his ass. Then he gets up like it ain't nothing. Then we take off. We get down there, and we're standing there because we're, 200 yards or less from the pit. We can't hear nothing. Like, we don't hear the dogs barking. We don't hear the hawk. We're like, what's going on? Well, we got to 146 yards. And he's standing up, and where we live at, it's just the mountains. So we're on the side of this bluff, and we got this little old cur dog named Charlie. Well, Charlie's a pretty good sized cur. He ain't little. And about that time, them dogs, you could hear them just blowed up. I guess the wind changed direction or some shit. Or my hearing aid kicked on. I don't know. And anyway, Charlie took off. And Rodney was just like this. Superman on his belly and his head.
About a 6 foot
straight down the hill. I mean, all the leaves were wet.
Oh, my
slid on down it. It was. I mean, I'm glad he was all right. Yeah, he was laughing. He was going, just coming on down the damn hill.
What was he supposed to do?
Yeah. He said, I guess I'm going to turn him loose. I said, yeah, turn it some.
But I hadn't let a dog in years because I never.
Well, we normally don't even lead dogs.
I know. Right. And especially me because my son always handled the catch dog, or Grant Masterson. Yep. He always handled the catch dog. The only time I ever let a dog is when we had to come up a hill and it could help drag my big ass. You know what I'm talking about? So I hadn't let a dog in forever. And Charlie heard them dogs and he decided he was going to them. Yeah. Well, he was taking me with him.
That's right.
And he almost did.
Charlie's turning out to be a pretty good. He's supposed to be. Now, Charlie, I got him from Marc Dibble, and he's actually off of that Montana dog. I guess Marc owned him. Not 100% sure on that, but Bay Dog supposed to be. And this bitch ain't nothing but a hammer, son. Yeah. He don't bay. He figured out he could catch.
Reminds me of a yellow dog I used to have.
He's tough, ain't no doubt. But back to what we was talking about, we get off topic on this shit all the time. We get off. You started going with DJ. You wind up getting you some dogs and getting them started, and then like you said, and ever since it's been wide open. what kind of, you talking about Midnight and Sally, and I know the history on them. Tell the folks out here, what breed are they, how they're bred up, and what they do, what kind of dogs they are, the style of dog.
When I started, of course, DJ was filling me in on dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Greg Dotson, hunted him for years. And Chris McRae from Tennessee would come down and go with us. I learned from them by listening.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we mess things up today. We don't listen.
Yep.
We read. And
from what some
take what
jackass
this person says and put what this person says, and you got 14 different people saying something, and you get something out of it. It may not be true.
Most of it's not.
But when you're sitting there with these guys and they're going through the woods, that's who I'm going to listen to those. Mm-hmm. That's just the way it is. I mean, you get something from everybody.
Yeah.
But
herpes, clamps.
but if you listen, you'll learn more. I've learned that a long time ago. Because when I wasn't listening, Daddy let me know to listen, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It ain't like it is today. 6 foot back there, sorry, Pops, whatever you say. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Anyway, I listened to them, and I always said if I ever get any dogs, I want them to be curved with some bird dog and some bulldog in them. And it was crazy because I was sitting there and I was sitting on I call it Spacebook because it's full of shit. Mm-hmm. You can say that on here, can't we? You
can say whatever you want to say. As long as you don't incriminate yourself.
Well, I don't care if I incriminate myself. Huh?
I said, whatever you want your public image.
Well, I don't care. My public image is me.
That's exactly right.
Anyway.
The big show.
Yeah, well, anyway, I always said that's what I wanted. And all of a sudden, this dude says, hey, man, I got a accidental breed. And it's half, the pups are half Parker Curve from Mr. Parker's line and Larry, and the dad was a half and half bird, half bull.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh-wee. And they was free.
Hell yeah.
And I said, I called the dude. He said, I got 7. And he said, if you want them, I want you to take them all. I said, you got that. Well, I got them. And I started raising them, and three of them ended up dying. And it wasn't parvo. I believe it was something they was drinking the water or something.
Probably at Cox City.
I honestly believe that's what it was. Excuse me. Anyway, I raised them up, and I had 2 black ones and one that looked like a German short hair, and another one. And I ended up one of them I give back to the guy for giving me because his mama dog had died, and I give him back one so he could keep the bloodline.
Yeah.
And so I ended up with 3, and then I got mad at one. We'll leave that alone. Mm-hmm. And one of them looks just like Sally, and he was a male, and my son named him Mustang Sally.
Yeah.
And then I had another one that was my dog, my baby, and her name was Jade. And that dog, I love that dog. That dog loved me. That dog was a daddy's dog. Sally's a daddy's dog.
Yeah, she is.
But I mean, she's
because I'm her dad. I'm Sally's dad.
No.
She loves me more than she loves Rodney.
But
JT ain't getting her either. You hear my Sally dog baying down there, boys?
Yeah, that's right. He's crazy.
If you ever hunt with these dogs, you'll understand what we're saying, folks.
But
That's the real deal.
Jade, you can look at your Garmin, and I know everybody says their dogs is deer proof. Well, mine are too, to an extent, but if they're going through the woods, my dogs are silent dogs. And if they go through the woods and one gets up in front of them, I ain't no way I can stop Sally. She gonna run that sucker for a little ways. And then she figures out.
There's a lot of dogs that
she
do
figures
that.
out, oh my God, I ain't supposed to do this. Last time I got this, I got a little electricity. But now Jade, if they went over 150 yards when they took off, you could get ready for a bay somewhere. But when she got to 150 yards...
I never got to hunt with her.
Nope, you've never seen her. And I hate that because you would have loved her. She'd turn around.
She good as Sally?
She'd turn around and she'd come back and she'd get right beside me and sit on her butt.
Who's that remind you of, Nate? Mocha.
Would sit there and you couldn't make her leave. And then
we'd
automatically start toning when we seen her coming back.
Because she knew better.
Oh, yeah, she know.
We had old bird dog named Mocha. Clay Austin got her from Clay. Clay's the one that got me started hunting. Everything I do is because of him. And but anyway, I had a little bird dog. She was the same way. We was over in Mississippi, all the young dogs. We was just getting into the run and catch stuff real hard. She was a good bay dog. Man, she trained puppies just all around. But man, she come back. We kept hearing something, and it sounded like a little. You know how a little shoat gets a squealing. You can tell it's a little pig. And all them young dogs was headed over, and my buddy he said, they got one. Here come Mocha. She come in there. She's had she sat down. I said, no, boys, let's go. Sure enough, it was a little old fawn over there. They had it about halfway in the brush pile. But, we got out of that situation. But like you said, you don't find them dogs very often.
Oh, my God, I love that
I wished
dog.
I could have got to hunt with Jade.
You'd loved her. But when she would sit there and I would holler, and DJ can tell you this, I ain't talked to DJ in a while. I miss that rascal. I miss them all, to be honest, but because when you start out with people...
He don't hardly hunt much anymore, does he?
No, he got his hand
busy.
in everything.
I mean, he's busy.
He's a working mother.
Yes,
I don't ever hear from, anyway. But she would sit down there and you start hollering for the dogs. Hell. And y'all know how I holler for them because y'all heard me from one hunting club to the other and say, dang, that's Rodney over there.
Yes, I have.
What the hell? And then y'all call, y'all over there hunting? Yeah, man, the dog's over there.
Yep.
Well, shit, come on over here, whatever. But that was one of the most funniest things.
Yeah,
we could sit here and tell y'all some stories about when we all went hunting, and
It's
even
hilarious.
when we wouldn't, and it would take all night.
Well, that's the thing about it, though. That's why we do this.
And funny, and awesome, too.
Yeah.
But
we even catch a pig sometimes.
yeah, you sat there and you'd holler for them dogs, and I'd go, hell. Everybody's got their own thing for a dog.
He does. It's dead on.
That's exactly how I do it, but it's a lot louder.
But I can tell you that he's 5 miles away, and that's right.
You can hear, So when I do that and get done, she'd be sitting there with her head like this, and her
damn phone's ringing, y'all.
And her ears would pop up, and she'd go, oh, and then she'd do like this, like she's trying to listen for him with me. I swear that dog, I miss that dog every day. I was gonna retire her, but her leg, she got something wrong with her leg, and it went over into this one. And she got so bad, you could turn her loose, and she'd run from here to that door back there. This is wide open, and then she'd have to do like that, and I had to put her down. I couldn't handle it no more.
Sorry, folks. If it shows that we had to make a little chop in it, my wife was calling and had to stop and see what Mama wanted. Yeah, see what the boss lady wanted. Rodney we was talking about that dog Jade.
Yeah.
And he was talking about she.
Yeah, I had to put her down, but then I bought a dog here and there and whatever. Started trying to make a pack, whatever. But
yeah,
I'm down to 2.
What?
But I got some puppies.
I was going to say you got some puppies.
I got some puppies, and I'm hoping they're gonna be fire.
You bought a puppy was it last year we went and got that pup? Or year before? It was
year before.
It was the winter before last winter.
And she was going to be fire.
That was
she got killed. I named her Pup.
Yeah.
But
it was a Parker dog, but what was it? Lee Book.
I bought him from Lee Book.
Shout out to Mr. Lee Book. Because we went back and we wound up getting some more young dogs. And I think Grant still got one dog.
Got one.
He's got one. As far as I know, that dog's doing good.
I bred a midnight one.
Yep.
The first time I ever bred Sally, I bred her to
leaning back in it.
To Bo, Michael Foster's dog.
Michael Foster
in the house.
But I love you, Foster.
we went hunting. I went hunting with him, and I watched the dog that he had named Bo, and it's 100, probably 100 degrees. We're in the swamp, so it's probably 120 down there, man. It was hot as, what.
It's hotter.
And that dog would not quit hunting. And I said, man, if I ever breed, I want to breed to that dog. And he said, man, you're welcome to do it. And I bred to her and got some pups. And I'm down to like midnight. I sold a couple of JT. One of them didn't pan out, but he had one that he called Mouth. He hunted it till forever. And
y'all probably heard me say something about JT on here before.
Yeah, JT, my buddy.
He's a local guy. Well, I say good local. Dude. He lives like down in Cordova, which that's kind of like another country compared to Oakman. Everybody knows Oakman football is you can't be beat. It's hard to do it. We still love you though, JT. And everybody's got to be somewhere.
Yeah.
And but you come move down here in Oakman anytime, we'll accept you. We'll accept you as just be, like a silver and a white and a blue color. instead of the red and the blue and all that color. You know, we ain't getting them devils. That's some Cordova blue devils. But anyway, Rodney let him get a couple pups.
Yeah, he got him and that. But then I swindled down to nothing, I guess you'd say, or whatever. But I still got I call them the black bitches. Most everybody calls them the black bitches.
Because they're both bitch dogs.
They're bitch dogs and they're black. And I decided to breed again, and both of them come in heat at the same time. I bred Sally, and Sally looked like she's going to have 37 pups.
Well, that's why we went down to Lee Books that first time we was talking about that puppy dog.
And she didn't take, and we still ain't figured that out.
They stayed hung up.
It was 55 minutes.
50, I thought it was 57 minutes.
Whatever.
It was almost an hour.
Yeah, and didn't take.
And that dog did not take. Unbelievable. But the puppy. Let's go back to that puppy.
Oh my God!
Tell everybody how that came about. How she started hunting.
Okay, I turned her loose when I got home.
He was not going to hunt this dog. He's going to wait and let her mentally mature. I've been preaching this. I'm like, come on, hey.
I turned her loose.
Rodney's good about it. Grant, he's not. Grant's like, they're 3 weeks old. They ain't made shit. I'm calling him.
In his defense,
I love Grant though.
In his defense, he was right on this one.
Yeah, he was 100%.
But I let her run around in the yard, stay on the porch, and I got a bulldog there named Delilah. I love that dog. It was my son's, and she'll catch. Everybody knows that, but she will not catch no more because she's my dog. She's my baby.
That's my dog.
And I chain her to the porch, and that's where she's going to die. But every time I get a puppy, I'm sorry, but every time I get
train her porch later.
Well, she ain't going nowhere. Cut that. That's where she'll die. But she will take old age. She will die of old age on my porch. Anyway,
love this guy.
She will take care of every puppy I bring home.
Yeah.
And them two hit it off. I've got pictures of them, and she absolutely raised that puppy, and you could tell that dog was going to be something. And one day we was going to go hunting. Me and Grant was fixing to load up in the truck and drop the tailgate. Well, I don't even remember if we was taking Delilah that day or not, but I had her off the chain for some reason. The dog was, I think, 6 months. I want to say 6 months.
She was 5 months.
She might have been.
I think she was 5 months.
Knocking on 6.
She was close to 6 months.
Yeah,
because the other puppies were like 8 months. The ones when they first started going 7, 8 months, and they were going good.
His dogs was 8 months. There's already been.
Was that Bubbles and Venom?
Bubbles, Venom, and Kangaroo. Yeah,
that son of a bitch was big.
Yes, Lord. Whew. But they Sally, mostly midnight, because Sally was hurt or pregnant or something. I can't remember. No, she was pregnant. We
thought she was pregnant.
But we put all those dogs at midnight. I mean, you turn them loose with a good dog, and if they got to hunt in them, they'll figure it out. I don't even remember if we ever put them in a pen. Anyway, back to pups.
No, because we talked about putting them in a pen.
I'm pretty sure we never put them in a bait pen or anything.
They'd never seen a pig.
But now that pup dog, we dropped the tailgate, and Delilah jumped up and got in my dog box and turned around, and all of a sudden that pup jumped up in the truck and went in there with her and turned around. Grant said, "Let's take her." I said, "No, you shit, no, I don't want that dog to get killed. You got plans for that dog." We took her, didn't put a collar on her. She went out there about 20, 30 yards with him, turned around, come back. Well, now me and Grant wasn't like you typical Alabama hunters. We was kind of like those Texas people. We hunted every daggum time we had a chance. So we may hunt a minimum of 3 days out of 5. We hunted.
Shit, I was thinking to say.
Most time it was 4 out of 5.
I was thinking to say, y'all hunted.
We might not get on a hog because we ain't got the hogs up there, but we was turning them pups.
Well,
we was turning them loose.
I turned a bunch of, I've told a bunch of people, I said, look, when Grant first got going, you introduced us, and I let him have a young dog. Mm-hmm. And he started hunting, and I seen how much he hunted and how much he loved it. I was like, I said, if somebody wants to really test a young dog or get one started, put it with him. because he's going to go hunting.
Oh my God!
You know, now whether or not we want to choke his ass half to death all the time is another thing. But the boy's gonna hunt. I can promise you that.
We hunt. I mean, I get off work at 6 and he'll be at the house waiting.
Rodney's 80 years old, and I'm surprised he could even go that damn much. But my God,
we definitely hunted them dogs. But that pup jumped up in there. So the second time we went, of course, went but about 2 or 3 days later, and we went. We turned them loose, and she took off. We didn't put a tracking collar on her.
Rodney, it was the next day. Y'all went. It was literally the next night. Y'all went.
Oh, man.
It was.
I get out. We go hunting so much.
I know, because y'all would call me and you'd be like, "Hey, we're going to go tonight." I'm like, "I can't."
I mean,
it was. I remember though. It was the next night because we were talking about her going.
Yes.
About her jumping in the dog box, and then y'all went, and that's the night that she went.
We didn't put a collar on because I didn't think she'd go nowhere.
Yep.
Yep. A mistake, people. If you have a dog that has the blood and shows that they want to go, put a tracking collar on them. If you love your dog, put a tracking collar on them. Because I almost throwed up.
Yeah.
Because she took off down a 150-yard cornfield, the edge of it, and disappeared in the woods, and they hit a hog and was gone. They was a mile and something from us. I was cussing.
That little 5-month-old
I was throwing
puppy.
up, dry heaving, because I did not want that puppy gone. And Grant, bless his heart, took off up a mountain.
Walked.
And was
forever.
Tracking the dogs and went over the hill and called me. And he said he was hollering for her. And he said, well, I'm either fixing to get eaten up by a coyote or that puppy's coming to me. And all of a sudden, I said, well, stay on the phone, you know.
Yeah.
Come up there with an evac or something. So anyway, all of a sudden he said, it's her. And I'm like, oh, thank God. So she followed him back out. The next time we turned her loose, we had a collar on that dog.
Yeah.
I said, that dog
and that's
ain't
all
leaving
it
here.
took.
And she took off, and they got on a hog. And I ain't in favor of turning one loose that long, that young.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know you used to stay on
before anything else, I
time.
said everybody's got their own opinion about things. Everything works. I ain't going to say nothing don't work. You do your way, I do my way.
Exactly.
I may do your way.
There's
and
dogs
it still work, but there's certain things that certain people do that you may not agree with.
I agree.
But I do it, and it works for me.
Yep.
And if it works for you, keep doing it.
Yep. That's what
There's no need in changing.
on here.
No need in changing.
Million times.
It's done to do. It's done to change.
Yeah. When we first started doing this, I would give some advice because people, a lot of young guys were asking questions, and I'd give advice, and the first thing I would say is like, that's what works for us.
Right. Yes.
Look, if you take a dog and you do it like Rodney's talking about, you take it. Say if you take a 3-month-old dog and you turn him out every single time, and it works for you. Do it.
Yes.
I don't do it.
I don't.
But that doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's just what works for me.
The main reason why I don't want to do it until they get on up there is for the mere fact of being strong enough to keep up with your older dogs, because that's exactly what happened the first time. She couldn't keep up with them, and she got lost. I mean, she was up there in the wood, didn't know where she was going. Yeah. But she was actually, now this is the good part, was actually backtracking.
Yep, and that's
with her nose, and
that's an important thing.
Oh my God.
Now I don't know about other parts of the country, and I'm sure it's like that.
Here it's a necessity,
but it's a necessity because like you can just go over one ridge.
Yes,
and I mean it'll say on your Garmin 600 yards, and it's actually a mile and a half or 2 miles, literally up and down. And so when a dog knows that, when a dog can backtrack and come right to you every time, it's the greatest thing. But that's if you cast dogs, like we do now. Which I used to cast dogs, then I got away from that. Now I'm back to casting dogs because some peckerhead cast dogs all the time. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, they ain't talking about you.
Yeah, exactly. But it is fun. Ed Barnes, he talks in his book, Pursuit of Hog Dogs. Give a shout out to Ed Barnes, Tuskers Magazine, renowned author, hog dog phenom. This man makes dogs. If a dog ain't no good, Ed makes it good. That's what I'm helping you. I'm trying to help you. I don't know. Either way. But what Ed, he says the same thing on the same scales. If you're doing a certain thing and it works for you, that's fine. he has a whole section on about how to get a dog to cast. You know, how to do these certain things. And so when you're in the mountainous areas like we are, I think a dog that casts and will go yonder, what we call it, will go yonder dog, it's a necessity. Because, I mean, even if you get on a real hot track and you dump a dog out, like I said, it can say 600 yards across the top of one ridge to the next, but it's literally 1.5 miles. So a lot of these bulldogs and bulldog crosses, it wears them out just to make that first or second little run. So that's why we do the cast. A lot of more cast dogs, longer range.
Well, we used to walk. Man, I remember walking 9 miles.
Yeah.
I remember, and I'm talking about one time we turned loose till we got back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Matter of fact, we called my dad to come pick one of us up and take us 3 miles back to the vehicle so we could come back around and load the dogs up. And that was fun too.
Yeah.
Because
it's a lot of work. We were younger too.
Oh, you sit there and bull crowd and have a good time. But since I've been doing it the way I'm doing it now, I don't know if I could ever go back. Well, my knees won't let me too. But
I was going to say, it's harder on your body.
But that I can remember that being some of the
we caught a lot of hogs too.
Man.
I caught a lot of smaller hogs.
But I'm into that quiet stuff.
Yep.
And Joey's sitting here looking at me. I know he is, and he knows what I'm talking about because it aggravates me. You know, I know what I got to do with my dogs to get them here, and you just got to do it.
He can take a dog, and I'm not saying it's just because he's sitting right here, but literally, I had a dog I got from Keaton Temple, and Keaton told me, he said, Joey, this dog is a hell of a dog. It's a walk hunt dog. She won't cast. You know, she'll go out 100 yards. She won't even hardly put teeth on a hog. She's real loose, babe, but she babbles. She opens up, blah, blah, blah. Her name was Bella.
Oh, my God.
Now, you believe that? Yeah. Now, this dog would get out, and when we first got her, she just kind of done exactly what Keaton was talking about. And I left her alone, and I told Rodney, I said, start sending her.
She started going out with Sally
with midnight Sally, and then she'd be leading. She would stay gone by herself. They'd come back. We hunted the piss out of that dog.
That dog right there is something else.
She was a
big one. She howled at him.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. If that hog was over 200 pounds, you would hear her howling. Oh, she wouldn't bark. I mean, she would howl. That
dog. Man, I wish y'all hadn't even brought that dog up because
I wish
y'all
we could replicate
y'all
that.
remember what happened on that day that she died.
Yep.
I still blame myself.
Nah, it wouldn't. It's just one of the things.
Well,
that
it don't matter.
She got cut down.
She got cut down.
It's a bad spot.
But I still believe if I'd have said, "Hey, put this in your pocket,"
she was in an abandoned coal mine entrance.
Yeah, but still,
you know what I'm saying? We had a video.
That was a good dog, man.
It was an amazing dog. Like I said, in Keaton Temple, I give him a shout out to him. That young guy. Well, I say young guy. I don't even know how old Keaton is. He's like younger than I am. But dude, every dog he's got is good. I mean, damn good.
That dog right there.
And that's what I'm saying. And when I called and told him that, he said, "You lying?" I said, "Dude, I'm telling you." He said, "That ain't even the same dog."
And the cool thing, after about 300 or 400 yards, now mind you, where we're hunting, it ain't populated.
No, we don't have hogs.
It's a hit and miss.
Yes.
Now if we're down in sorry about that, South Alabama or somewhere, Demopolis or somewhere where they show their thickest fleas, it ain't gonna happen that far. Mm-mm. Something's gonna happen quick.
Yeah.
But down here and up there, after about 300 or 400 yards, if I recall this right, if they hadn't got on that, she'd slip off a little bit.
She'd go to herself
and get on her own. Well, then you got covered more ground. That dog, man.
She worked really good with your dogs.
Well, yes.
When we first started hunting together, all I had was just straight run and catch dogs.
Yep.
I had some that would actually they were too long range to be doing what we were doing.
That's true.
They would go.
Turn them loose and had to just go get in a truck and go get them.
Yeah, that's all you do. Just
they didn't get on a hog.
Yeah, they didn't get
on a hog, man. You had to go somewhere because they fishing across a highway to get somewhere.
Exactly. But then when you get in that situation, that's how you get dead dogs.
Yes.
You get one that's real rough, and I don't mean like putting teeth on one to set it down. I mean like just caught. And like I just done said 4 or 5 times, if you're on top of this hill and that hill's over here, 600 yards, it takes an hour to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's July or August, that dog's going to heat stroke or it ain't going to hang on that long. It's just ain't going to make it. So, you know, we had to start, I don't know what, we had to incorporate my dogs with Rodney's dogs and his dogs with mine, vice versa, however you want to say it. So what we would do, we'd start turning his dogs loose. Rodney would cast a couple of dogs. And once they would get something started, if it took a bay, great. We'd send a couple of dogs in there, hammer down. If it's somebody wanted to run, we'd send a couple of dogs in there, hammer down. Yep. So it worked out great either way. Once we knew that they had struck one and we could see the race was on, we would take and dump a couple of those high terrier, the big Airedale crosses, Tyson, bull cats, stuff like that. You know, hybrid dogs, hybrid vigor is the greatest thing ever to me. And they produced, they put shit on the tailgate, you know. So it took a lot for us to figure it out, but once we did, we were knocking some hogs in the head.
Yeah, I think you said in one podcast before when we first started, I was at the vet a lot, or Nate was sewing them up or something.
Yeah,
because mine are a little gritty.
Yep.
But
then they got grittier for a little while.
But when them other ones would come in there, they'd think they was catch dogs, and I'd be, yeah. Well, you've actually seen Midnight go up above the pine tree before.
Yeah, I've seen her get slung over
but
a 5-6-year-old pine tree like it was nothing.
But yeah, once we figured all that out, we did.
We've had good luck.
It don't, to me, when y'all say, "Hey, let's go hunt tonight," and I drive down here, I don't give 3 craps if we kill a hog.
Nope.
The only reason why I won't kill a hog is because that farmer wants it gone.
Yep.
I mean, I love killing them.
Mike and Mitchell Lynn Farms. That's where you go buy your corn at, people.
You know, the here in the bay is all for me.
Yep.
That's just a bonus.
And I like to see the young dogs going.
And watching them dogs work, that's why I like it. But you know, when you get to go up there and grab one, somebody knife it, that's about as good as any.
That's real good.
Beat that, but yeah, that little pup. That's right. We was first talking about. Yeah, she just automatically loaded up. I put her in the pen. She got a little bigger and stronger. And by then, she turned into fire. And we went hunting one night, and they got on a good one. And she was gritty.
Yeah.
Way too gritty for me. Everybody knows that. I'm not a gritty dude.
She's like my kind of stuff.
She wants to put teeth on it. Well, she messed up and put the teeth on the wrong one.
Yep. And
later, we had to dispose of her right there on the spot. And
she wasn't gonna make it.
Grant made a great call on that. He was worried to death. He even tried to tote that dog. Mm-hmm. He toted that dog 200 yards on his back.
Yep.
And laid her down. And he said it was just too bad. He done what he should have did.
Yeah.
And he was worried to death I'd be tore up about it. And I'm like, dude, I probably would have done it quicker than you because I can't stand to see a dog suffer. The day Bella died, that about killed me.
Yeah, it's
now this hog hunting, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
And I've been told that by everybody that I've hunted with.
Everybody.
I don't know how many times you've told me that's part of it. But when you will get attached to that dog.
Yeah, I mean.
But even if I ain't, they're out there working and they get
hurt,
man, that just tears me up. But
you gotta have that respect level for it. You know, it's got to be a level of respect, or you're doing it.
Yeah,
you're doing it wrong to me. It's like, you know, like I said, even if it's not your dog.
Yeah.
Or even if you're not attached to that dog.
That puppy's really gonna be far. But now I'm down to 2 dogs.
How old was she when
she wasn't in a year?
I was going to say she didn't make it quite. But
I don't think she was a year.
I thought she was right at. She was right at.
She was either a year or a year.
Because I know.
Right at it, something like that.
I know in them 4 or 5 months that she was hunting.
Oh my God,
man!
I couldn't believe it. She never got on a deer. She never seen a hog in a trap, in a bait pen. I never taught her how to load up. She watched that dog load up, and when I go to load my dogs up, I'm not knocking by means how anybody does it.
Yeah.
When I go to load my dogs up, I got my collar sitting on the tailgate, and I undo the pin, and they may run around just for a second, but they get on that tailgate, and I hook them up,
Yep.
put them in there.
They
Dog
do.
here was never trained to do that.
But she done
She did it.
Yep.
And it was just amazing.
She was smart.
I hate
She
that
was
dog
smart.
got gone, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
what it is.
Well,
but
I mean,
I bred them both now, and I got
Yep.
6 puppies right now, and one of Sally didn't have but 2, and one of them she smothered,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one I got it and put it in with Midnight's pups, and
yeah.
she accepted it and she raised it, and
That's cool.
she had 10. 2 of them died and 3 of them got gone,
Mm-hmm.
but I got 6, so. Oh, and then I got one from JT. JT gave me one. He likes mixing that breeds up.
Oh,
He done
yeah.
got into that. He's got some fire dogs. Oh, damn. I don't even want to get started talking about him and his dogs. When we go together, when me and JT go together, it's fun too. When I hunt with somebody, we're gonna have fun or I ain't coming back.
Well, you don't hunt with a lot of people either, you know. I mean,
I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
you really don't.
You get it broke off in your back too
Well,
much.
you used to. I did too. I mean,
Yeah,
we go with
I
all
ain't
these
doing that no
people.
more. I can sit at home, turn them loose, and let them go across the yard.
Yeah.
I don't care.
As long as they're hunting.
As long as they're hunting, I'm happy.
Yep.
I'm not going to do nothing to piss you off. I'm not going to say nothing to piss you off. I'm
That's
not
me.
going to go over your head for a landowner. If it's your landowner, it's your landowner.
That's right.
If he tells me you can come up and invite one, you come up and I'm going to come up and invite one. And, and you don't piss the landowners off.
Nope.
Do what they asked of you. They're the reason why you get in a hunt.
Yep.
I mean, I don't have no
And there-
land to hunt, do you?
There's unwritten rules. There's like unwritten rules, and we went over this
Oh my God.
and a
Nobody
lot of
listens.
stuff. And that's the biggest issue, 100% that I've seen, and that I've talked to literally probably hundreds of other hog hunters and hog doggers, and they're all like, the biggest problem they have is they take somebody after they've been hunting a while, they get somebody else and they help them get started, and next thing you know, well, that person's over there dicking them around.
Well, I mean, there's got to be some kind of respect in there somewhere.
Well,
But it's
just
not.
It's not. It's.
Man, I don't care who goes with me if it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not okay, it's not okay.
Yeah, and
Plain and
that's the thing.
simple.
Well, I've been on places before, and I couldn't call and say, "Hey, Rodney, you and
No.
Grant, y'all all load up and let's go." No, because it's only me. And y'all went on hunts. She's like, "Hey, we're gonna go down here and hunt this property. I'm gonna talk to that guy and see if I can bring somebody with me."
If he says no, it's
And,
no.
and that's no.
I mean, plain
and
and
why
simple.
in the hell would I get mad
I
about
can
it?
tell you the times me and JT, oh, we're going to go hunting this weekend. And he'll call me, say, hey, man, there's so-and-so going with me and so-and-so's going with me or
I can't
whatever.
bring that, that's
And
it.
then dude's got a kid and someone, a uncle and a
Yeah.
brother and something else. And he said he just wanted to, that's all he wanted. And I'm like, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
You told me that.
Yeah, that's
I
the
got to
whole
respect
thing.
that.
Yep.
He said, once we go, he said we could come back and I could bring who I wanted.
Yeah.
There's
But
no
they-
Timmy. You ain't gotta go to that first hunt.
No. Dude,
If it's
like I
got
said,
hogs on it, she gonna get to go back.
Clay used to go all the time, and me and him would be talking. He's like, "Now look, if you want to go," he said, I'll talk to him, make sure, and all that." And I was like, "Hey, look, y'all go down there and hunt it, and then if it's good, hell, I'll go next weekend or something." But now that didn't mean I was gonna sit at home.
No.
I take my
go
dog,
somewhere else.
I go somewhere else.
Oh yeah.
You know?
But it's cool how like him and like you,
Mhm.
you know, like, hey man, we're supposed to be going somewhere, but and
You gotta
I'm
let
good with
people
that.
know, just be honest.
And you don't run down there and you don't start trying. I don't even really want to get into all that because I get really sidetracked on the whole
Yeah.
motive of this.
Well, let's just.
But
Our motive to this is to talk about hog hunting,
well, it
and
is.
we're gonna talk about some hog baying in a minute.
Oh Lord! But if you keep screwing things up
It'll
and
get you.
pissing the landowners off, the people that's got permission, not even the landowner. If somebody's got permission to hunt this spot, you keep not
can't
do it
invite
because
if
you
you're
don't
an
because
invite.
you don't think there's nothing wrong with it or anything like that. You people are gonna screw it up for the rest of everybody and the younger ones coming up. I'm 52 years old. I know I don't look like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to, if the young people will come in, and I'm not saying do like me and Joey does, but if they come in and try to do the right thing,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be okay.
Oh yeah, and there's some of them that they're like that,
Yeah.
I've met some young guys that are, they're damn hog hunters. They're hog doggers. They know what's going on. And then I've met some that think they are, and they're not. And I've met some older guys the same damn way.
Well,
I've had just as many older guys jack us around as anything, but we try to produce our best self for the next generation because that's where it's leading to. That's why. So young guys, don't take it offensively when we keep saying y'all younger guys. We don't mean you specifically. We mean that generally there's somebody else out there around your age group or that generation that we know personally that is making some mistakes. And if you guys out there that are in the younger generation than we are, say you're 30 years old or less, and you see somebody making that mistake, call them to, talk to them, call them to the side, let them know. I try to teach my kids the right way, the unwritten rules, and they've been taught that since they could go hunt. Period.
I sat right there one time, and I got a little touch of OCD in me anyway, and we was sitting there, and a bottle rolled out of my truck.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't know it. Then I seen it, and I said, "Dang, bottle rolled out of my truck." But we went on down on the property, and we turned around, come back, and he said, "Stop!" So he said, "Get out and pick that daggum bottle up. This ain't your land."
Tate's done that
and
shit.
I looked at him, and I said, "You
lost your damn mind, boy. I'll smack shit at you."
I loved it.
No, but that's the thing. Yeah. That's what you're proud of.
I picked that bottle up, put it in the truck, and he looked at me, and he said, "If he don't want it dirty, he don't want it dirty. Why would we want to mess it up to come back? Not get to come back?"
See, and he understands that. Yep. And that's the thing. You've done a good job with, and there's a lot of guys out there that are doing that. So I think our next generation is safe. We got guys like my kids, and they're not kids; they're grown men now. Texas, give a shout out to Brandon, the Texas Tusk crew. All those young guys out there are kicking ass. The Georgia side, Boars N Broads, Carter Schultz, Rankin, all those guys.
That's a cool dude right there.
Y'all are doing so much for the sport and doing it in the right way. You're producing it at a good level. As far, it's clean, ethical, and I know y'all probably, y'all do other stuff, but y'all know how to put it out there. And that's what we need, because a lot of, like my generation, a lot of us, we don't know shit about social media. We know how, I call them Snapchapping and, all this shit.
Facebook.
Yeah, and kids laugh at us, but we try. We do try. And that's the whole reason that we're doing a podcast now is because, my son was like, look, this is how we can reach more people. And I'll talk to a damn fence post. I love to talk. I love to shoot the shit. And I love talking about dogs and hogs. I know. I'm so damn shy. It's crazy.
Me too.
But, like I said, we can't just blame it all on. We can't blame it on young folks. Yeah. And it's easy for our generation to do that. It's like, well, the young guy, it's our generation and the one before us. It's a bunch of the older guys that were assholes that didn't want to show you nothing. Do you think that these older guys were going to tell us what they were breeding and how they were breeding it? Hell no. In the game dog world, that's where I come from. They ain't going to give you no recipe.
Oh, no.
Hell no. They're not going to help you. Because you're going to come back and beat them with their own shit. And that ain't the way they want it. But now here we are. We're trying to do that. And then we're stepping it down to the next guys. Y'all keep doing what you're doing, boys. You're doing good. I
appreciate everybody that ever tried to tell me anything.
Yep. Whether you listen or not.
Well, I listened. I'm going to say that I listened. And if you listen and you see it happen, or you do it,
that puts it all together.
Then they knew what they was talking about.
Yep.
But I knew hogs because I trapped.
Yep.
I loved it. But going hunting with them and listening and watching,
it changes it.
Oh my God! What if I'd have been a hard ass that was a Facebook hog hunter and thought I knew everything?
Yep.
Or
what if you'd been one of those trappers that said, "Look, trapping's the only way to do it."
I ain't doing that. I would have never.
And that happens. There's guys like that all the time.
I still trap.
I do too.
Yeah,
and
I know.
I'm not
I
a damn
already
trapper. You know that.
Yeah,
I'll be
we'll-
calling Rodney like, hey, I'm
Yeah, we'll shoot them with a gun, dude. We have to with that.
Burnt with shit. I'll shot him down, boy.
But
Nathan, he
But-
can't
but-
hit nothing else. He shoots. Oh my god.
but still, what my point was that, you know, y'all are not doing this to tell people I know more than Joe Coon.
No.
I've done been watching them. Well, I've been, you know, we hunt together, so I'm going to watch them, and I like it. You don't have to do everything or take everything Joey, Nate, say
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
Will.
That's why we
You don't have
started
to
doing
do
it.
everything they say.
That's why
But
we
if
do it
you
with other
listen
people.
to them and if it happens, you'll say, "Damn, I've seen that. I heard that. That
It's
worked."
called validation.
Yeah.
Validation is the biggest thing, is the biggest key to me. I read Ed Barnes' book.
I'm gonna have to read that.
And when I read that book, I literally stopped and I was like, oh my, this is like I sat and wrote the same thing down. And I've been doing this all these years. Now I learned a lot of
I
stuff.
was fixing to say, I bet you was reading in there somewhere, and you said,
I was like, oh
Son
my
of a
god.
bitch.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
It's the hard way.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
"Damn,
Like I said, he hit
ain't
on
that,
all
that, in
points.
this business, I guess you call it business. I don't
Mhm.
know. If you think there's always room to learn something,
Keep
I
an
found
open
that out
mind.
at Uncle Earl's.
There you go.
I found that out at Uncle Earl's.
Let's take a break. Let's go pee.
Yeah.
That's when you did that old Bismarck key.
Yeah.
You
got what I need. Would you say he's just a friend? Come on, kid.
Oh,
Say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need. It's right between your knees.
all right, folks. We're back. We left off a while ago. We had to take just a little facility break and a refill. Rodney said he had went to Uncle Earl's. We were talking about the hog dogging and all the hunting part of it. And as a guy, I had been trying to get him to go for 2 solid years at least.
Every bit of that. Three, really.
And I've been going for 5 or 6, something like that. But
And you'd never been to Uncle Earl's.
no, I'd never been to Uncle Earl's.
I'd never been to a bay pen,
his
period.
first bay pen was
The
this year.
granddaddy.
And dude, it did not disappoint.
I'm going to tell you something.
Tell us what it,
I did not think for a minute that I could sit there and watch dogs bay like that, knowing that I love it.
yeah. And
It
you got,
ain't no secret. Everybody
Exactly.
knows I love it. I want to hear that dog bark.
and you got to see that good catch dog. What was his name? That dog that kept catching the first couple. What? Say his name.
I ain't gonna do it. Randy get mad.
I tell everybody.
I don't know, if Randy likes me or not.
Call him Goose. That son bitch was hammering down, boy. Goose went out there and said, "Ho, ho." He floated like a butterfly, and then that son bitch did Mike
And
Tyson
he
on
stung like a
him.
bee.
He did a Mike Tyson on
He
him.
did. He bit that ear.
Yeah, he put it on him. So all y'all folks out there that think Goose is a punk, you wrong.
You damn wrong on that. But he did. I want to tell you something. That dog right there. That dog's the shit.
Now when he got a hog that he
my
could
God.
bait,
Well, the dang.
Earl's is different. It's
in
huge.
defense to you, Randy, whether you watch this like me, I don't even, it ain't nothing to me. I've still got my own bills to pay. But the hog wouldn't move enough. Like I said, I'm a first timer, and I was getting taught as we went. It didn't move enough for that dog.
No,
And he
Either that
said,
or it
"All right, it's
ran."
over." That dog said, "Bam!"
well, you know what? I think it was the second hog he drew. It just ran,
Just kept on running.
and so he kept.
That dog right there.
He knows how to work the damn pig.
My God.
Well, there was a
I
bunch
seen
of them.
that. I seen a hog hit him, and I've been told this, and I'm like, that can't be true. And I seen a hog hit that dog, and it went up in the air, and its head was like that.
Watching it.
And if you know anything about it, which I just had learned, and I'm not saying I know, but the dog's got to keep its eyes on the hog, unless it charges it and it runs and it makes a little old turn, but it really can't go.
Hog induced.
Yeah, if it's hog induced, you're okay, but it can't go clear
The hog
across.
has to hit the dog
Yeah.
and make him lose eye contact.
And it can't go. It ain't like it can go clear across the pen
No,
and turn around. It's
no,
just
no.
right there. But I absolutely seen a hog hit that dog, and I thought, ooh,
Mhm.
and it was like this,
Just looking.
and it hit the ground and went just like. And
He
I'm
never
like,
took his eyes off of him.
My God, do you train that?
No, I asked Randy. Like we had, I had an interview with Randy Darrell. I asked Randy. I said, Randy, because he was talking about that dog that we got, Chaos, and he was giving me some shit because I wouldn't try to pro him out right off the bat. I was like, well, I'm gonna step him up, baby steps, He's like, I didn't do Goose like that. And I asked him. I said, well, no shit. I said, now how did He said, he said that son gun. He said, I think he had bait him a few times already. And then, if I'm not mistaken, and Randy, you can comment on it or call me and tell me if I'm wrong or not, but he was at Uncle Earl's, and a hog come at him. He said that dog turned and was going, getting away from him.
Sideways.
Never took his eyes off of him. Ran the whole length of it, turned around, just kept his eyes on him the whole time. He knew then. He said, that's not a good dog. And that's not the best dog here. He said, that is the best dog on my yard. That's the best dog, period. He said, and he's been like that, I think, 10 months old? Is that right, Nate? Was it 10 or 11 months old? Something like that. I hate being a Goose fan and not knowing all the right stuff. I suck as a fan.
But I'll tell you something else, too, in fairness to everybody else down there. As a first-timer, not knowing a soul. Not knowing
What'd you
nobody.
think about the whole overall?
Oh, my God. That's all I can say. I met some of the coolest people. They did not treat me like a nobody. They talked to me just like I was one of the crew. That's like a damn family.
Well, they all hog hunt.
Well, that's where I was going with it. But they all talked to me just like I was been there my whole life. And a lot of people that don't know about the Bay world, and I'm saying that from a person that didn't know.
Family.
Oh, yeah. But the other part is these mugs hunt them dogs.
Hell yeah.
Would you say 90% of them or more?
90 to 95 at least.
They hunt them dogs. If I'm not mistaken, Randy, didn't Randy not tell you that he just made a couple of hogs in the woods with goose before they ever come up?
Well, not right before that time, but he had turned him loose and he's found hogs before. Yeah. But when you have a dog that is making that kind of money and that kind of progress,
you don't put him in the woods.
Why would you take a chance?
I wouldn't.
I mean, that would be like taking Muhammad Ali to every bar in town and saying, okay, we're going to fight the toughest redneck around here.
Them guys,
even though he could whoop them, somebody might shoot his ass, because in the woods, there ain't nobody to stop anything.
In fairness to everybody that I met, they all had some of the most awesomest baying dogs I've ever seen.
There was a few down there, son.
I'm telling you, the Malawas, I can't think of the guy.
Don Coggins.
Don.
Hey, Blake. Let's give a shout out to Blake.
Was unreal.
Hey, he has made the Hickory Crossing Wall of Fame, and you're going to go next weekend with us.
I sure will.
He hadn't been to that one.
All
right. And it's more like a wood setup, but there's so much nostalgia there, Rodney. It's like when you walk in, Mr. Marc Bannister has been doing this forever. He's 312 years old, I think. Maybe 314, somewhere in there. He's old, and he's a tough SO son. Well, you know who. But, man, he's built a legacy right there. He has smoke houses. We've done interviews there. We're going to go up there and sit in the building. There's so many trophies and pictures. But when you get your dog down there on the Wall of Fame, that means that dog has accomplished something. And Blake got the call 2 or 3 weeks ago. Mr. Don told me, and they're going to put him on the Wall of Fame. And that's the first dog of that kind at all, a Belgian Malinois.
That's unreal. That shout out to him, as you say.
Mr. Don, yeah.
But in the next time I go and meet people, I'm a face person. I'm not a name person.
That's right.
But I remember some of them's name because they stuck out in my mind. But everybody that I met that had dogs, they loved what they was doing. You could tell it. They enjoyed it. They wasn't there for notoriety. They was there for a good time. And they wanted to win.
Well, it's competition.
Who enters in that? But you didn't see none of this.
You go play church league softball and not want to win?
Oh, Jesus.
Exactly.
I've seen some of the meanest people in the world in a church league.
Yeah.
Because they was wanting to win so bad.
Exactly.
But anyway, like I said, I ain't even gonna start trying to name over the people I met. But when I was sitting in them stands 3 days
Straight.
3 days straight from anywhere from
we
9 or
only
10
ran
o'clock
one run.
until 12 o'clock at night, I watched dogs bay.
Hundreds of dogs. 3
days straight I did that, and I never got bored.
Yep.
And like I said, I can't tell you everybody I met. I can't tell you their dogs' names or nothing like that. But everybody down there they were some of the best dog working I've ever seen in my life, and some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
And it's a
family. And there was a few of them that I ain't gonna call out that need an attitude adjustment,
but out of the hundreds of people that you met,
oh my
there was
God,
only one
even
or
if
two.
their dog was losing, they're like, dang man, good job, Joe, your dog done good, even though it just beat yours.
Yep.
For say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And dude, you don't get that.
I had so many comments. Like I literally had so many comments on our dogs. It was the first time that we ever went to a place that big, and that the pen is huge, 3 times the size of most pens, and it changes the game. And you know, I've had several people tell me if you got a dog that's 100% at the house, he might be 90% there, and they're not joking. It's the truth. And the first run that we did with our dog, we had a mistake, and that was it. After that, we partnered up with a few dogs, and some of those dogs made a mistake or two here and there. I think our worst run was a 9.8.
Mm-hmm.
And
I believe it was.
But I'm telling you, man, it was. But everybody else was telling me how good that we done.
Oh yeah, man, they didn't cut no dog.
No,
nobody cut on nobody's dog. That's cool, man.
And then, like,
that's something. When you go hunting, you don't do that. There's certain people that will sit there.
My dog did this.
Me and you, the first time we ever met.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe you ain't done told this. First time we ever met. Now, there's a lot of people that like me because I'm straight up, and there's a lot of people that don't because they can't handle it.
That's right.
And I like for you to be that way with me. That's why me and you get along.
That's why with G-Haul.
Dogs went down there and bayed. And you said, man, your dog's down there baying. I don't think they are. Yeah, man, they're down there baying.
Well,
they ain't baying a hog. Yep. And you said, what? I said, they got a... I ain't going to say everything I said, but they got an armadillo.
Yep.
And he said, no. I said, man, I'm telling you.
I walked in.
Them dogs ain't baying a hog.
I went to it.
Go down there. They're head deep in a hole.
Yep.
You come back and you tell me, well, you was right. Some people will say, yeah, boy, they got him up down there. 5 dogs over here baying a hole. Your dog's over here 1.5 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's right in there with it. If this is my dog, I'm going to say, no, my God, she wouldn't.
Well, here's what really got me on the first hunt that we done, or that first weekend, because we done a whole weekend that weekend.
Yeah.
Is I had that Bella dog I got from Keaton, and that's when you and Foster was on that 4-wheeler
and chased that
hog.
That was hilarious.
You told me, I said, damn, I said, I don't know where the hell my dog went. I said, she went the other way, and that boar hog come across that field. You know, we seen him from
we seen
600
it
or 700 yards.
And Midnight was on it.
And you told me, you said, no, your dog's the one that went down there and struck that right there, and they took over, and she went the other way on another hog. And sure enough, they had another hog over there toward the management area deal. We were on private land, but anyway, we wound up killing that boar, and it was a damn good hog. That was a show. I wish we could have got all that on film.
Lord Jesus,
man, they come that
you can't even explain that.
They come across a cotton field.
Huge.
We came up
right in the middle of it.
We were on the buggy behind Rodney and Foster. And Rodney was he was driving. Foster was on the back. He reached around Rodney and grabbed that 10mm, whooped it out, and shot that hog. I mean, it was the prettiest thing you could ever imagine. And Rodney was like, man, I don't take pictures and all that stuff. I said, well, you're going to take a damn picture with him today.
That's probably one of the first pictures I ever got took.
And now
I'm usually one that takes a picture because I'm not.
It ain't about you. It's about your dogs.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
And but by no means am I telling anybody that watches this there's nothing wrong with taking a picture with your dog. No. Not a thing wrong with it.
No.
Not a thing wrong with it. I'm not cutting you because I don't do it.
That's right.
I
You
don't.
You do it more now because I make you.
Oh, shit.
I'll catch you when you ain't even looking.
But,
He's
you know,
always taking his
people
clothes
always...
off when he's doing that.
Well, that's about right, you know. We just got a recent one where you talked about it earlier, where I kind of took a spill in the creek head first, and it was cold.
Yeah.
And I had a long drive home. So I stripped off naked.
Yeah.
And I'm, even when it's hot and we hunt, I'm going to strip off naked.
And when it's cold, you do that. It was cold that night.
Kind of.
You was like, man, it's just too cold. It's too wet. He got all wet and bothered.
Yeah, y'all, I think y'all mentioned that before. He'll get naked in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm big. I mean, you know, I've lost a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but still, I get hot.
Yeah. You get hot and it gets hot under the collar. You just got to go with us.
Y'all, ain't no telling how many pictures I ain't never seen y'all took of me.
Oh, I got a damn.
If I ever seen, I'd be like, you better delete that. You know what? That shit ain't never going nowhere.
That's what you said that night. You was like, don't put that shit on Facebook. I said, I ain't gonna do that. You know, like I know most of y'all have watched that old show Friday, where Smokey back there in the alley had to take a shit.
Yeah.
He's like, man, don't tell nobody about the shit. Hey, Smokey back there taking the shit. I ain't gonna tell nobody else. Yeah,
you have a tendency, you and Nate, to do that.
But I mean it in the best Christian way possible. You know what I'm saying? It's because I love it.
Butter.
It's funny as shit.
I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna have a good time. I don't do things to make people laugh. It just happens.
How many times have we went and the dogs worked. Worked their asses off, and we're sitting up at the truck laughing, having a ball. Dogs come back, we put them back in the box. We just sit there. And I know y'all guys that hunt that are serious hunters
around a bunch of hogs.
Yeah, y'all go out there and y'all ain't got time to jack around. Y'all got to get busy. We don't. We're not keyboard hunters.
No,
but we catch a pig every now and then.
Yeah,
but we do have a good time every time.
Every time.
Every single time.
I cannot think of but one or two times that I didn't have a good time. That number one was when Bella got killed, and I was having a good time when Grant's dog got killed until Grant's dog got killed.
Yeah,
and I wasn't having a good time after that.
Well, no, that's part of. Well, that's part of it. It's
yeah,
one of the deals. It took me a long time to come to terms with that.
But
people,
even after it was all said and done, we still were having a good time. I don't know. I just love it. I love hog hunting. And going down to Uncle Earl's, I didn't think I'd like that.
You got into the bays.
I did not think I would like that. I thought that would be boring. What, two dogs go out there and bark at a hog?
Yeah.
I walked up on my dogs in the woods and they're sitting there baying. You know, how good? My God.
You can see so much more on how they're working that pig and how that pig's doing.
That was an experience I'll never forget. That's probably the best vacation I've ever took in my life.
It was fun.
You know, when you go to vacation, it's usually to the beach or some stupid place you really don't want to go. Well, I kind of like the beach, but I have to have sunglasses on.
Yes, sir. I got to have them on too with your white ass.
Yeah, but no, I'm talking about, strolling back and forth. But anyway, your lady really don't like that,
Yeah.
So anyways, if you don't want to go on vacation to a place, you're not going to have fun.
No.
I wanted to go to Uncle Earl's to witness and be part of the bay. Thanks to you.
Well,
shout out to Joey Wright.
Well, it ain't shout out to me. All I did was just get your ass to go. It's shout out to, let's see, Jake Lacano.
Well, yeah, all the boys that put it on.
That's what I'm saying. Let's give a shout out to all the pen help.
Oh my God.
Those dudes work. Y'all know who I'm talking about. J.D. Terry, I don't even like you.
That's a lie.
And you ugly and all that good stuff. But man, that cat works.
But man, every one of them boys. That one dude had the same last name as me, different color.
Yep.
He had the same last name as me. Now that cat right there, I don't even, like I said, I don't give a name. Them boys right there, if you ain't got them guys, you ain't gonna do nothing.
Hell no.
And they bowed up all day. That was amazing. sometimes it was funner watching them than it was anything.
Yeah.
But they worked their butt off. If they got paid, they earned every damn dime of that. And Jake, I met Jake. That dude right there.
Met all the. Let's say you.
He is.
He's legit.
He's legit.
He does it because he loves it.
Oh, you could tell it. Yeah.
And Jake was, like I said, I've talked with him a bunch.
That's a cool dude right there.
He
his wife.
He was a hog hunter before he was in the bay pens. You know.
Jake, like I said, I met several people.
Pat. Uncle Pat.
Oh my God, that man right there. If me and him ever got off together, we'd be in jail.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you. And it wouldn't be because nothing bad. We'd just get in trouble.
Y'all just had too much fun.
Just too much fun.
So you met Pat. I mean, just some names
Pat,
that you guys
Randy,
might know.
Charles
Kemp.
I like him. I like that dude right there. He's real.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Raymond Parsons.
Raymond. Love Raymond.
JT Mack. Shelby.
JT and Shelby.
Miss Joy.
Now, I'll tell you something. That woman right there, how old is she? Well, she might not want us to tell it.
Yeah.
That woman right there is fire.
Yep. When
they was giving out dance contests to win some free blue jeans, that little woman right there was getting up and hammer jacking.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she enjoyed it. Who's the people up there where we're going next weekend?
At Hickory Crossing?
Yes.
Which one's you talking about?
The one that showed up JT's dog.
Corey. Corey died.
Corey and his wife.
Corey and Jimmy.
Them awesome people.
Ricky
we shouldn't even be doing this because
we're not.
Somebody's gonna get left out.
I mean, and that's the thing.
I met Campbell.
Yeah. Snotty Graves.
Snotty Graves.
Will Seeger.
Like I said, we shouldn't ever even started it.
Yeah.
Who?
Jimmy Frank.
Jimmy Frank. Oh my Lord, that man right there is something else. What's the guy from Oklahoma?
Bryant. You met Russ Bryant and him.
Yes.
Yeah, Eric Mealy with his 14,000 dogs he's got. Oh my God,
good dude.
And these guys support this stuff, and they come out and they put a lot of time and effort and money into it, so that when you do win, you got a pot.
What about the one that had the dog named Blue? Lulu.
Let's talk about Jared Finley. Jared Finley, that's my man. Lulu.
Treated me like they known me my whole life.
Yep.
Everybody.
That's hellhounds right there. That's hellhounds. Hey, they all showed out, man. The Georgia crew, they came out there to Earl's, and man, dude, there was a bunch of them in the top 10.
Like I said, everybody had good dogs down there and was doing what they was doing.
Drew Todd.
The littlest little thing was the only way that somebody wasn't going to win.
Yeah.
The littlest thing was the only way you couldn't win. And when it kept going to them longer time of bay-offs, sometime or another, somebody's got to mess up. And I don't even know if you call it a mess up. I guarantee if I had them in the woods and they was doing that right there, I'd be tickled to death because you know how I am. I won't want to sit back and bay. I don't want it to get in there and get killed or cut or nothing else. But I'm telling you, man, that was the ultimate ride right there is going down there. Like to kill me going down there, like to kill me coming back. Yeah. But it was worth every aching minute of it.
That's right.
I'll be back.
That's what I said.
I'll be back.
Most woods hunters.
I was afraid that what would happen.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what I told you. I said if you ever go
in it, no, I won't do that.
Yeah, you will.
We did turn the black girls in there, and
they did good for their
for a minute.
No, they did good. You're talking about 2 dogs I've turned loose with probably 1,000 times.
It seems like it.
I mean, literally.
They've never been in a bait pen in their life. I never put them dogs in a bait pen. Number one, it's illegal in Alabama.
They bayed hard for at least I got the video, almost a full minute.
No, it's over that. Yeah, it's about a full minute.
A full minute. I mean, perfect. And then behind the stands, there were some dogs that all just blew up, started barking, raising hell.
In the smelling hog.
And then the hogs, they turned around and went out. And I was telling Rodney, I was like, just let them bay, And, of course, he done got ill about it. And, we all of us are like that when it comes to our dogs. We try to keep our level up here,
Yes.
But
and I hogged out.
Most people
And then
don't do that. They don't even know what hog out means.
Well, hog out means when you disqualify yourself, pretty much.
Yep.
You always you know you ain't got a chance of winning. So instead of taking up too much time, this is a long process of stuff going on. I seen some that should have hogged out that didn't. Well, that's letting their dog work, which, that's cool with you. But when mine messed up, I hogged out. I was like, I hogged out. And then all of a sudden, here they come.
Yep.
And they go over there and put on a dang show. And I'm like, taking that chest out, them my dogs. Yep. But we hogged out.
But how many people told you, like, man, you need to take them dogs home and do something else with them? Nobody. Everybody told you.
Yeah.
What did they tell you? They said, man, they did good.
Yeah, everybody, there's several
Rodney
people.
Andrews was right there. That's what he said. He said, look, those dogs are wood. Those are hunting dogs.
But they're hunting dogs or casting dogs, and they bay. Not because they're mine. I've never said anything because they're mine. I will boost your dog until hell freezes over.
He won't hardly take no credit for his.
I will boost your dog if it does what it do. You're not going to sit there and say, well, how they did this, Midnight did. Your dog did this. My dog didn't do jack. That's the way I am. There ain't no sense in sugarcoating it. Them dogs, and you know this, have sat there and bayed for 45 minutes to hours before we could get there. Now, whether they was running around in a circle getting...
But that's the thing. But in the woods, they can do so much more that we don't even
it's so
see.
different in there. I mean, the last hog we killed, if I ain't mistaken, they bayed it for... It was 30, 45 minutes before we got there, wasn't it? 30 minutes.
It was a while.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a while.
But, I mean, like I said, it ain't because mine. But they do that. And, well, that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But down there, it's a little different. They was excited.
And all those people.
Oh, yeah, it was something else. But they was about like me. There's like a kid in a candy store. They didn't know what. There's a hog right off the bat. They didn't even go hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well,
a woods dog's going to look for the catch dog, too, a lot of times. You'll see a dog baying real good, and if you're close, they'll look at you.
Oh, Sally, we've been hunting so much together. Y'all know how she is. Midnight, too. She's just like her. You get your hands on the back of them legs of that hog, and you stab it. If you don't put a leash on them, and it's my fault,
they're gone
because I trained them that way. I wanted them to do that. When they was younger and starting to bay, I would run them off and tell them to go.
Yep.
Get. That's what I say. Get gone. And they would take off. Once that hog's laying there, if you don't watch them, and y'all know this because y'all had to leave me one night.
Oh yeah.
And I had to wait. They will sneak off like they're and this ease on back, and especially if there was more than one hog.
Oh yeah, they're going to go.
They will hit that track, and you'll be out there till something happens.
That's called bottom.
Well,
they got some bottom to them.
But sometimes that's not good. But I like that, and I can also tell them stay right here with me.
Yep, they got a handle on them.
And when we go out of the woods, they'll start trying to get back over here, and they'll come with me. They'll come all the way to the truck. I probably can count on both hands how many times I put a leash on them.
Well, that's what we was talking about earlier about leading dogs. It's like we don't really lead a lot of dogs.
That's why the dog pulled me down. I ain't used to it, man.
Yeah.
But and then I'm not saying, not trying to build myself up. I'm the world's perfect dog trainer, because I'm not. That's just something that happened. Just like on my 4-wheeler, I got two baskets on it. When we're doing the hunt like that, and y'all in y'all's buggy, I can walk up to the 4-wheeler and call them up there to me. When they come up there, sometimes I pat, say get up here, they'll jump up there in the seat, and they'll either go to the front of it or the back. Which one I want to do, and they'll sit there till they either put that chain on or they'll sit there.
Yep.
But that's something
it's consistency.
Evolved.
It's also it's consistency, because like when we were at Earl's and we were parked up at the top, and we'd box our dogs up at night, and then the next morning I'd get my dogs out and grab them by the collar and go put them over here on their tie outs. Rodney, don't do his dogs like that. Open the door, let them come out, and he calls them. They come to you every time.
To me,
that's what you should do.
To me, that is a blessing.
It is.
Because there ain't nothing no worse that like when we go to load up. like I said, I ain't boasting. You can do any dog this way. When we go to load up, I can drop my tailgate, and they know what time it is.
Yeah, it's time to go.
I go undo that pin. They might run around the truck, but they're going to jump up
back
in there, and they're going to sit there, and they're going to face me. And they're waiting on that collar. If I ain't going to put a collar on them, I say, get in that box, and they'll get in the box.
Yep.
Her and midnight both. When I get home at night from a hunt or day, whatever, you can sit right there, go down there and open the pen, let them out, take their collar off if it's still on, and say, get in here. And they'll come down there and they'll walk in the pen. I ain't no telling how many times I've seen, and it ain't no certain people. It's just, they'll turn their, you can't do that. You got to put it on a leash and lead them up there. But that's from doing it.
Repetition.
I mean, when you go hunting 3 to 4 times out of 6, them dogs ain't stupid. They know, and if you got a dog, that's what they want to do.
Oh yeah, you can't make a dog do it.
No, they know where they're going, and that's what they. A lot of people frown on hog hunters because their dog gets cut. They're doing what they want to do.
Yep.
It's going to happen. I hate it more than anybody.
Even a loose bay dog.
It's going to happen.
That hog might not say, he might say, I'm going to get you today.
I don't put my dogs out there to get cut.
Hell no.
But I guarantee you, I ain't going to put them in the pen and leave them there when they love doing what they do.
Yep.
And when they love doing what they do and I love doing what they do, we're going to get along just fine. I may have to go borrow the money to go get them sold up and living. Poor old Sally's had one ear sewed back on, both of the tips is off. She's had 2 punctured lungs, 4 inches of intestine cut out. Right now I'm spraying spurs all over because she got cut the other night with me and JT. One here in the flank plumb through and then a gash on her thing right there. She ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
If I walk up there and drop that tailgate, I guarantee she'd bow up and get in that truck. But I don't take them out there to get them cut. That happens. It's part of it. And we, get a bad name. You got Peter and everybody else. They go, oh, you shouldn't do that to that dog. Lord have mercy. If I left that dog in the pen,
it died of depression.
If I go over there over a week now, like I said, me and Grant used to hunt all the time. You go over there to feed them, they're fired up. Every now and then, they'll just sit there and look. Mm-hmm. They want to go.
Yep.
And I'm not going to do a dog that way.
No,
you know what I mean?
You shouldn't.
I mean, nobody should do a dog that way. A Labrador Retriever.
Yeah.
He wants to go retrieve ducks, whatever.
Let it go.
But, I mean, if it gets hurt in the pond, that's part of it. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't do nothing to get my dogs hurt. I try not to, but that's part of it. I love my dogs.
And like
it's,
you said,
it's obvious.
Yeah, you do.
But things happen. You can't fix them, or you can fix some of them, but this way it is. The joy of going and doing it is for just to watch your dogs work and just going, man. God dang, I just can't. If you ain't never been, you need to go.
Yeah. Call us.
Yeah.
Holler at us. Let us know.
You need to go, man. It's just something about it. I mean, it's just something about it. Plus, you're helping everything in the whole wide world when you get rid of them. Ain't my fault they're here, but I sure do like getting rid of them.
Yep, I sure do too. We've got some places that we hunt, and it's not so we can hog hunt. It's to get rid of the hogs that are causing the problems. And we do a little bit of all of it, like Rodney's got night vision, thermal stuff. We all got, we got all of that stuff. He started out trapping, we trap, but our first love is going to be dogs.
Oh yeah, ain't no doubt.
And I've had trappers that are just strict trappers, and they're like, well, dog hunting is
y'all mess it up for us.
Yeah, y'all mess it up, and I don't see how.
Because I've done them both. You can tell that all you want.
Yep. I agree.
Because you're not going to catch them all.
No.
You're not. There's no way. I mean,
the people that say that, they're trying to sell a product.
Yeah.
They're not doing it for the big picture. They're not doing it because the farmer is losing everything that he's got because the hogs are killing his corn crop or soybeans or cotton or whatever. They're doing it because they're trying to make $1. And look, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with having a good product and selling it, but don't sell yourself short. Don't make that one thing. And I know some products are like that. They have reps that'll tell you, be like, you need to do it all.
I was fixing to say that.
Because you're gonna have that one big old boar hog that's standing outside that trap looking. You might have to shoot.
There's gonna be a sow somewhere. He's gonna breed, and you're gonna have to start all over again. When it comes to a farmer, a hunting club is one thing. They don't like they're eating their corn, tearing their green fields up. I agree. Yep. I wouldn't want that either if I was a big deer hunter. But when it comes to a farmer, you're talking about his livelihood. Mm-hmm. You're talking about what he feeds his kids, the money he feeds his kids with.
Yep.
If he comes out there and says, by any means possible, Joey Wright, I want you to get these hogs off my land. You can't just stick to one thing.
No.
It's not going to work.
You got to do whatever
I don't care what nobody says. I mean, it is what it is. We do, like up yonder. I can't think of his name. Y'all shoot them, we trap them, we run them with dogs.
Mitchell Mike's, yeah.
When he plants that corn, I guarantee you, if you talk to that man, he'll tell you his yield for the last couple of years been way better than what it used to be.
Well, like last year, no issues. Yeah, the first year, the first year we started, it was bad, and we went in there and we put smack down on them hard. God. The end of let's say the first winter and the first summer, we whooped their ass bad. And then by the next deer season, they were like, well, just hold off during deer season and stuff.
Okay.
And we did, and they were like, well, we're not really seeing any sign and all that. And then sure enough, as soon as they started planting, boom. So we got back in there, we stayed on top of it, and then last year, that's what Mitchell, he was like, man, there wasn't no hogs here. They were gone. And it's not just the point of killing all the hogs, it's the pressure.
Yes.
We put pressure on them. Even the ones that
They're
were
still
not
gonna
killed,
breed and multiply like rabbits. You ain't no way you're going to stop it.
So we put the pressure on them. But if you put a dent
on them and you put a lot of pressure on them, I guarantee you that man right there is tickled to death.
I hope he is.
Well, he is.
He seems like it.
But
he messaged me right when we were starting this episode right here. He's like, what y'all doing? He didn't know if we was going to be up there riding around or, had the thermal hanging out the window because we got turkey season going on. And, we got a lot of restrictions.
Back to what I was talking about earlier, and you was commenting on, if you got a happy landowner, you got a place to hunt.
Exactly. And that's
calling you to come.
That's exactly right.
You don't have to call him. He's calling you to come. So
my landowners check on me 2 or 3 times a week.
Oh, yeah. You got to love that.
Yep.
And I mean, it is what it is. I ain't got no land to hunt. You ain't got no land to hunt.
They own it.
And they own it. And they're calling you to come because you're doing what you're doing and helping them out. I mean, the man makes a living by that.
We started out with just I think it was around 600 or 700 acres that we hunted right there. And now it's
everybody's caught wind, and there's like, hey man, tell that dude to come over here.
And that's the way it works. It's a network like that. And like we were talking about, dog hunters get a bad rap on a lot of things. And there are some dog hunters that they don't need to even be doing it. But then the majority of us,
you make your bad rap.
Yeah, exactly. You do it to yourself. So it's one of those deals where you make the best of it. You put your full effort into it. Don't half-ass it, and try to make everybody happy and try to create the best environment that you can as far as hunting, and then the best environment you can for them to produce their crops. As far as on that scenario, and the hunting clubs and stuff. Hey, go to hunting club. Take all the guys that are in the club.
Oh, yeah.
Take their kids, take the wives, whatever. Y'all go out and have a good time. And then you'll have more places to hunt. That's the biggest thing. You guys are wanting to get more land to hunt. Do what you say you're going to do.
Do what they asked you to do.
Well, yeah, that's the most important.
Don't do what they tell you not to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So. You need to take it upon yourself on some things to do.
Yeah.
Common sense got to take place. Just like y'all's land up here that we hunt for that farmer. There's another land that joins it, without going into details, that I got permission to hunt.
Yep.
We killed 40-something hogs from that summer there, trapping and hunting. Not just one, trapping and hunting. 90% was by dogs.
Yep.
Can't hunt there no more.
That's just
This past winter, they was calling me. They was swamped with them.
Yep.
Tearing everything that got up.
That goes
Can't
back
keep
to that
their feeder
pressure.
up. Greenfield. Well, everybody around you's running dogs, son.
They're pushing them on your property.
And they're all over there.
That's
and
right.
I mean, until you drop a gate, or as JT says, until you let us drop the box.
Yep, dump the box.
It's
Yeah,
the way it is.
You're gonna have those issues. So, well, Rodney, man, it's been a long time. Me trying to get you to come on here and talk and do all this. He was so worried about being shy.
Too shy.
You know, but once we got him going, now we're rolling good.
Yeah.
And it's been a good episode. Honestly, it's been informative, and we got to do all these things together. In the past few years, we got to hunt. Now I'm trying to corrupt you and get you to the bay pen stuff.
Lord Jesus.
You know, just letting them dogs bark a little bit, run around it, chase that pig around that pen, all that. You know, so we're going to go out there to Hickory Crossings next weekend. You guys make sure that y'all go. Nate's probably going to try to get this aired out by Wednesday, I guess. And so if you get to see this and hear this by Wednesday, Friday, what is it, the 26th, 27th? Oh, 22nd. 22nd, 23rd, Hartwell, Georgia. Check out Instagram, Facebook. Go through all social media platforms. You'll find something about it. Contact Marc Bannister. Any other questions on the bay pen stuff, Jake Lacano, holler at him. He's on all social media platforms. Tuskers Magazine, hit them up, get you a subscription. We got a lot of sponsors out there that take care of us. We want to say thanks to all of them. They know who they are. A lot of you guys do. We're going to have to cut this off. We're running out of time. And,
yeah.
you know,
If you don't cut it off, we'll be here till daylight.
yeah, we'll be here all damn night. And that's what we want. And so you guys make sure that when y'all listen to this, subscribe, like it, download it, do whatever the hell you got to do, Snapchat it and all that good shit.
Questions.
Yeah. Look,
If you got a question, I may not know it. Joey may not know it, but I guarantee we'll find somebody will.
Somebody will know it. Comment. Let us know. Just talk with us. Holler at us. You want to go hunting? Hit us up. Let us know. Rodney
Damn,
Bell,
Skippy.
he's on Facebook. Holler at him. Let us know, man. We appreciate y'all.
You're going to have fun if you go, I guarantee you that.
It's going to be contagious. Very bad.
Yes.
It's like a case of the clap. It's going to be tough. So, till next
I
time,
love you, man.
we out, buddy. Thank you, Rodney.